as the Dominic Capaldo super fans out there will know, 8th grade was a pretty tough year for me. Aside from not making the basketball team because I was 4'11", I had quite the nickname around school. And no, it wasn't Tiny Tot or Half Man, Half Annoying or Mommy's Special Little Boy. What are these? I looked up nicknames for short people on Quora, and this was the first one that showed up. And these are real. Yeah, Mommy's Special Little Boy, number 15. So, none of those names because I was short. It was way worse, in fact. It was Rubik's Cube Dominic. I'm a little bit brighter now because I switched tabs on my computer. But anyway, that's right. I was a cuber, a cubing artist, someone who participates in the act of cubing, if you will. And I just carried around Rubik's Cube with me everywhere in 8th grade. I got this reputation around the school as Rubik's Cube Dominic. And I was just so fascinated with the Rubik's Cube. There's so many different ways you could solve it and so many algorithms to learn so you could get faster times. It was amazing. I figured out everything about it. But the only thing I couldn't figure out was why girls never wanted to talk to me. And it turns out they really don't want to talk to the guy named Rubik's Cube Dominic. And there's no algorithm for getting a girlfriend. Trust me, I know. The Rubik's Cube had quite the community. There were forums and websites and YouTubers, all things I consumed every day as a young cuber. People who would compete to get the fastest times and break the world record. Especially this guy who got very excited about his world record. Seriously, this guy is too excited. So here's my collection. As you can see, it's a pretty big collection, minus this Luigi costume and this Itachi headband that I have. Rubik's Cubes come in all shapes and sizes. You've got the 3x3, you've got a small 3x3, you've got an even smaller 3x3, you've got a 4x4 right here that I've solved, and you've got a 5x5 that I have not solved. There's a Pyraminx, which is called that because it's shaped like a pyramid. You've got the Megaminx, which I also don't know how to solve. And then you've got a Scube, which looks normal until you turn it, which it's not normal. None of them are actually Rubik's brand, and that's on purpose. Because, see, in the Rubik's Cube community, the community of cubers, Rubik's brand is kind of considered off-brand, technically. Because they're slow and they're clunky and they just don't work well for speed cubing. So, you have to buy a speed cube. All the cool kids will buy speed cubes. And you can only buy them online. They're shipped from halfway across the world. As you can see, none of them are in English, but these are the best cubes that you can get. These are the ones that you want to get your hands on. And they're great because they're a little bit more slippery, I guess. They just slide easier, and that makes them faster. And if they're not slippery enough for you, you can buy a thing called Cube Lube, which is a real thing that I asked my parents to buy for me in the 8th grade. When you bring a Rubik's Cube to school, people will say a few things to you. First of all, these people in the cubing community, we call them non-cubers. Yeah, that's right. The cool kids were called cubers. And non-cubers always had a joke, and it went something like this. You actually solved that thing? Yeah. I just peeled the stickers off. Well, guess what, loser? This cube doesn't even have stickers. So who's the loser now? Also, I remember a teacher once said to me, I know the algorithm. Well, guess what? Teach. There are hundreds of algorithms, so which one do you know? Because I probably know more than you, loser. Yeah. Cool kids were the cubers back in the day, and I was the only cool kid in school. I used to be pretty fast. I think that my fastest time was, for the 3x3, was 20 seconds. So that's right, ladies. You heard it here first. I can finish in 20 seconds. Spread the word. But the world record is 3.13 seconds, so that's pretty fast. So, today, I'm going to be attempting to beat that world record. I'm coming out of retirement. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the champion of the Rubik's Cube, the cuber of all cubers, and I'm ready to break that world record today. However, it's been a long time, so I'm going to need to train. So now that I'm properly trained, it's time to beat this world record. But first, my cube's already solved. I've got to scramble it. But you can't just scramble it in any way you want. You know, it's got to be up to regulation standards. You look up Rubik's Cube Scrambler, and I'm going to follow this series of turns, and it'll end up being properly scrambled. So let me do that first. Voila, a scrambled Rubik's Cube. And here's how I'll be timing myself. Ignore the ads. Why am I on Facebook? I'm not. I'm on CS Timer, the best Rubik's Cube timer out in the world. And all you do, you just hit the spacebar. Wait, no, you hold it down. And then you solve your Rubik's Cube, and then boom. And I would use this website a lot. All right, guys, here goes nothing. I'm going to put that timer up on the screen, and wish me luck. I'm going to beat the world record today. And I hope I put myself side by side the world record, so you're going down. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 35 seconds is not exactly the world record, but I dare say it is something to write home about. I put up a great fight. It was I may have been the loser, but I think it's a Rocky type story where the underdog is the true victor at the end of the day, even though I technically lost, you know. Anyway, I guess my cubing days are behind me. I'm going to be going back into retirement. I'm no longer a cuber. But should I rename my channel Rubik's Cube Dominic? No, that'd be so stupid, but like, what if? Nah, no, that's ridiculous, but just like, unless? Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look into my embarrassing past, and goodbye.